the Middle East now, and UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres says hunger is knocking on every door in Gaza. The Hamas-run health ministry says 15 people have died of malnutrition in just the past 24 hours. The UN says more than 1,000 people have died in Gaza since a new Israeli-run and US-backed aid distribution system was introduced in May.
We need to look no further than the horror show in Gaza, with a level of death and destruction without parallel in recent times. Malnourishment is soaring, starvation is knocking on every door. And now we are seeing the last gasp of a humanitarian system built on humanitarian principles. This system is being denied the conditions to function, denied the space to deliver, denied the safety to save lives.
Lisa Holland has more now from Jerusalem.
Describing what's going on in Gaza at the moment as a horror show and saying that starvation is knocking on every door, but also a severe criticism as well of the aid distribution policies currently ongoing in Gaza, talking about the last gasps of that system. Remember that Israel controls every scrap of aid that goes into Gaza. The UN says it's got 3 months' worth of supplies sitting in trucks in neighbouring countries in Egypt and Jordan, but that Israel won't allow it in. What Israel does allow in is aid distribution by an organisation called the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, which in itself stands accused of running aid distribution sites in a very bad way, to the extent that people are being shot at in terms of what they might call crowd control. Now, the UN claims that it has statistics which show that around 1,000 people have died at these sites since the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation took over just 2 months ago. Remember, of course, that this dire hunger situation, bringing Gaza to its knees, has evolved. Things have always been bad, but this has evolved just in the last couple of months. There is a war of words going on between the UN, between Israel, and also the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, who all dispute the figures, and certainly some of the malnutrition figures coming out from the Hamas-run health ministry. And in fact, in a statement, the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation said the false and exaggerated statistics from the UN, this is that figure of 1,000 people dying around aid distribution sites since May, seem to come directly from the Hamas-controlled Gaza health ministry. That refers to these malnutrition figures. The UN's reliance and coordination with a terrorist organisation to falsely smear our effort is not only disturbing, but should be investigated by the international community. But of course, whilst that war of words continues, and people literally are having no food for days on end, so people saying that they are going hungry for day after day. We know our own camera crews in Gaza, local Gazans, saying they are unable to find food to continue with their jobs. Doctors, nurses, medical staff saying they're struggling to continue as the war rages and casualties are coming in, continue with their own treatment of people inside hospitals too.